That this was a getaway vehicle for him in here because it was just so odd. It had no reason to be here. I called 911 immediately. I see you guys are looking for Chris Prichard.
Yes.
His truck is in our garage.
Let's just get this cleared first.
It was very intense because at that point he was still missing. And we were scared to death.
Clear in here, Jim.
Prosecutors later viewed home surveillance footage from a camera on the Blazers' property, showing Chris Prichard entering the barn, where the Blazers kept their horse trailer.
The minute we came in the door, I knew that Chris Prichard had spent some time in here. He certainly made himself at home here.
Prichard left the horse trailer in the middle of the night, hiking through the dense woods to the kennels, says Prosecutor Leonard.
We believe his next appearance is around 4 a.m. on October 8th at the dog kennels, in which the dogs start to go crazy.
And you believe from that point forward, he's inside the kennel?
Correct.
I think he always had the plan to murder her.
To prove it, the prosecutors played audio clips from Prichard's police interviews for the jury.
You show up at a place where you know she's going to be. You've got a gun with her. You know you've got a no contact order. An argument breaks out. She calls 911. She winds up dead. This wasn't just some accident.
If this was an accident, why are you taking her cell phone, which is her only means of survival? Why aren't you calling for help yourself? Why aren't you rendering any type of aid for your wife?
And Prichard kept adding details to the story of the accidental shooting, say the special agents.
The gun was leaning up against the cupboards. He went to retrieve a backpack and it fell, and then that went off and shot her.
But at trial, an Iowa State medical examiner testified the gunshot had a downward trajectory, meaning Prichard had the weapon in his hands and was standing when he fired, say prosecutors.
It looked like it hit her in the arm. How would you die from that?
Angela was shot dead center in the chest, testified the medical examiner, and died in seconds.
I would have loved to have stuck around with Angie and her temper. I thought maybe it didn't even really hit her that bad because she was yelling at me like she wasn't even hurt.
The fact that he's saying that after the gun went off and it struck her, that she's yelling profanities back at him. Well, we have a 911 recording of that conversation. That did not take place.
Prosecutors say Chris Prichard's last words on the 911 call prove his actions were premeditated, a final explosion of violence.
When you hear his statement, standing over her dying body on that 911 call using profanity.
You definitely don't say what he said at the end of the phone call after you accidentally shoot someone.
Prichard's defense attorneys, who declined our request for an interview, maintained the shooting was accidental, and the case against Prichard was a rush to judgment. After 4 days of testimony, the case went to the jury.
We were outside the courthouse just kind of stretching and, the jury's back.
This man was also waiting for the verdict and already preparing for another trial, a federal lawsuit against the Bellevue Police Department. It failed Angela, he says, time and time again.
If police took action, would Angela be alive today?
Absolutely.